I have 4 commitments. Number 1 commitment, as a human being, I'm one of the 7 billion human beings. So we all want happy life, peaceful life. The ultimate source of peace is inner compassion, warm-heartedness. According to our scientists, basic human nature, since we are social animal, so basic human nature is more compassionate. So therefore, from birth, we already have seed of compassion. Now, we have this special brain. We must utilize this brain to analyze what is the value of material thing for temporary. Material, someone billionaire, but mentally very unhappy. So, ultimate source of happiness is peace of mind. So, my number 1 commitment, irrespective of whether believer or non-believer, or believe this religion, that religion, we all have the potential of warm-heartedness. So my number 1 commitment is try to promote that basic human value. Then second commitment, I am Buddhist monk. Today's world, there are a number of cases killing human brothers, sisters in the name of religion. Terrible. All major religious traditions carry the same message of love. Use different philosophical reasons, but all carry same message of love. So, all major different religious traditions, different philosophy, utilize that, and the ultimate aim is to bring inner peace through practice of compassion. Now India is the example. All major religious traditions live together harmoniously. This is example, living example. So my commitment is try to promote religious harmony. And then third, I am Tibetan. So Tibetan, entire Tibetan trust in me. So my main commitment regarding Tibet is preservation of Tibetan culture or Tibetan knowledge. Originally come from India, 8th century. The Nalanda master, Shantarakshita, invited to Tibet. He introduced Buddha Dharma according to Nalanda tradition. So Nalanda tradition, another word, Sanskrit tradition. So much utilize reason, analyze, analytical meditation. So Pali tradition is the foundation of Buddha Dharma. Wonderful. But Pali tradition, not much emphasis, utilize logical approach. The Nalanda tradition very much use logical approach. So even Buddha's own word, some Nalanda master, you see, raise question, oh, this Buddha's teaching, we cannot accept because this, if you accept that, it goes against reason, like Nagarjuna and Buddha Palita and Dharmakirti, Chandrakirti. Now these great master of Nalanda, they analyze Buddha's own word. I think that's quite wise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that now originally come from India, from Nalanda. Now Nalanda completely ruined, nothing there. Some pigeons flying here and there. So this teaching, knowledge, since 8th century, we kept all this knowledge. So I really feel worthwhile preserve. And this is a Nalanda tradition should not consider just a religious matter. These, like psychology and physics, particularly quantum physics, and then logical approach. These are academic subjects, not religious subjects. Although these come from Buddhist text, but itself we should consider academic subject. So my number 3 commitment regarding Tibet, we have this knowledge over 1,000 years very much sort of preserved. So now I feel over last now 60 years and particularly last 40 years, I have a lot of sort of meeting with scientists and religious leader. Then also religious leader from Pali tradition, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma, Cambodia, Laos, and then China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Mongolia. You see, now I think the knowledge which we, you see, kept through rigorous sort of effort. Firstly, these root texts we learned by heart. Myself, age 6, 7 years, I already started learning by heart, memorize. At that time, I was very reluctant, very lazy student. But you see, as a tradition, my tutor, you see very much sort of also they emphasize learning these things. And then also, sometimes my teacher keep one whip to threat me. That whip, yellow color. So suppose the student to whom use this whip, suppose was a holy person. So whip also yellow whip. So consider yellow. I consider holy, but I know if holy whip use, I do not think any differences of holy pain. So I study.
Any message
like
for
that.
China government? Any message for China government, Guruji?
Now China traditionally Buddhist country. Now today, I think the biggest number of Buddhist population in China. Many sort of Chinese Buddhists now they really following Tibetan Buddhism. They say many scholars, some Chinese university. You see, I think about 3 years ago, one Peking University carried a survey how many Buddhists in China. Then they conclude, their report mentioned about 300 million Buddhists. And many of these Buddhists are educated. This is the official sort of report. Then since then, the Buddhist population in China increasing. So things are changing now. And many of these Chinese, they consider Tibetan Buddhism is truly Nalanda tradition, and that tradition is a very scientific religion. So now they are truth. We have truth, power of truth. Chinese communist power of gun. Long run, power of truth is much stronger than power of gun. I realize ancient Indian knowledge, very useful. Ahimsa, Karuna, over 3,000 years. You see, this knowledge, world need Ahimsa and the Karuna. So, India, this country, it's a modern India, I think much neglected this knowledge. Now this must revive in this country. So that's my 4th commitment. So that India can combine modern education, which oriented material value, and ancient Indian knowledge bring inner peace. So this should combine. India have the opportunity and the ability to combine. So the fourth commitment is try to revival of this ancient Indian knowledge in modern India, the strictly secular way. Okay, thank you.